Yizzo, my people. Yizzo, supreme to everyone. Supreme to everyone. Hold on, let me do a screen share real fast. Let me do a screen share real quick, my people. Supreme to everyone. Any video I use for awareness purposes. I don't do any videos on YouTube as a teacher. I do videos on YouTube or social media platforms as a beacon of light. I am one of many beacons of light that are here on this planet to raise the consciousness, to evolve this planet, humanity on this planet, regardless of the ethnicity. Most importantly, I'm here for my people. That's the first and foremost. I am here for my people. That is first and foremost. And in the process of me raising the consciousness of my people, I have no problem bringing awareness to other races. And I want to say this to you, but I want my brothers and sisters to understand something, which I don't believe. And I know this is going to be hard to accept. If you look at what has been taking place on this planet for regarding far as crop circles and the messages that has been giving as far as, and also the sightings of UFOs, it is more important that our people, it is more important that our higher selves, our brothers and sisters, bring aware to other races their individual ability to trust and believe in themselves than it is to us. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna be real with you. This is being real. You know how foolish it is to try to remind God of God. Seriously, all you're gonna do is take a look at one of your brothers and sisters, and you're just gonna break down and be like, "Yo, you know what? This is some fucked up shit that was going on." Simple as that. That's the first thing that's gonna happen. You're gonna look at one of your brothers and sisters and be like, "Damn, like wow, I can't believe this." Yeah, but this was something that you asked for. So again, a lot of you don't believe that, and that's fine. But I'm gonna let you know that it's more important to raise the consciousness of people that were genetically modified and created on the planet to show them that they have their own individual mind and that they could have lived a whole new different life other than the one that they chose. And they did that by accepting leadership from someone that's set in the same suit as them, but did not realize this was a suit and something inhabited that suit that convinced you to do some of the most dark and inhumane shit to the God of humanity and her star seeds. So again, I'm always going to state that I'm always going to state that slavery was a choice. So if anyone want to try to take my words and twist my words around to make to turn them into hatred and not innocuous, harmful, or offensive, that's on you. You understand? That's on you. That's something that you have to deal with personally with yourself. That's it. Because I don't want nothing to happen to children. I don't want nothing to happen to anyone from my personal opinion. I don't want nothing to happen to no one. But I tell you what I do want. I want us to separate by any means necessary. By any means necessary, I want us to separate. I want us. They said if we was to ever live by ourselves, my brothers and sisters, this is the reason. This is what they pushed on us. The reason why, this is why they constantly show in the news, we're killing each other or we're shooting each other. No, 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 no. They don't want to show what they're actually doing to their own selves and how they are manipulating us, which is fine. However, they're stating that the reason why they won't let us go is because we will do nothing but become violent and destructive to one another. So I say this is why the sun and the universe and the planet is the universe first send consciousness to the sun, and now the sun is sending energy to the planet for a great separation. So we will either die with each other or we're going to raise each other's consciousness. And that is what I believe that we're going to do because we have a soul. So which when you have a soul, that means you are reachable. Now, I also want to say this before I go any further, right? For all other races, right? That in particular the woman that made a video about me, right? I need you want to you can make fun about or try to make fun that I'm talking about the sun. That's a direct connection. The reason why you want to focus on burning sage and sitting there and talking about love all day because you have no direct connection with the sun. See, it's not about love. This is not a love frequency that's coming to the planet. And people are forcing this on you, my brothers and sisters. This is not a love frequency. This is an acceptance. This is no longer turning a deaf ear and a blind eye, and you're going to accept what you have done. You're going to be accountable for your shit individually and collectively. This is not a love frequency coming to this planet. If those religious books was written by extraterrestrials, and in one of those religious books, it said when God returned, he's going to have a sword in his hand. Why would he have a sword in his hand if it's all about love? This is not about love. Every species is going to find out on this planet, just like the natural species in nature, that you should have been focused on your own species and not infringe your ways on another, or join a group of people that are infringing their ways on another species. See, this is what everyone is going to find out, and it's hitting them even faster. So now what are people trying to do? Oh, we need to be around black people. All black people is all love. It's love. But let me just say this to you. Hold on. Let me show this real fast. Let me show this real fast. Let me show this real quick. Nope. You see this right here? Anybody can do this. Human zoos. All you got to do is put in human zoos. I didn't put any race. I didn't put no race or nothing. I just put human zoos. That's all I did. Now, I want to say this to you. Show me another race of people other than my people that were in a zoo by other people. That's all I'm asking you. Show me just show me that. Show me. Just show me that. Show me that right there. That's all I ask that you do. Show me this. If you wanted to be in a zoo because your peoples put you in a zoo, that's fine. But show me another race of people being placed inside of a zoo by another race of people. That's all I'm saying. Show me. Just show me that. Show me. Nobody wanted to be black in the 1600s, 1700s, the 1800s, the 1900s, in the early part of 2000. I'm gonna tell you when everybody wanted to start being black. Everybody wanted to start being this pigmentation when a great fucking sign was in the heaven. There was a woman clothed with the sun. She wore a crown of 12 fucking stars, 12 strands of DNA, brothers and sisters, and she had the moon beneath her feet. You understand? She had the moon beneath her feet. 33 days before that, there was the moon that went from the west coast to the east coast on a 33-degree angle. You have 33 vertebrae up your spine. At the top of your spine, you have what you call the pineal gland. How could another species that have no connection, no correlation with the sun and the universe ever try to teach you about the sun and the universe? So another species got mad at me because all I stated was focus on your species. Teach your species about themselves. It's no need to come. You have a lot of your followers that are coming. They lost. They're lost. That's why a lie tastes good to a thirsty heart. A lie tastes good to a thirsty heart. A lot of my brothers, they are listening. When they hear female voices, it don't make a difference now what the ethnicity is. Well, my brothers, because our mothers have turned their backs on their sons. You understand? More importantly, they turned their back on their own selves. So they turned their back on their son. So when they hear another female, regardless of the ethnicity is, to say, hey, black man, you're great. You're amazing. Listen, it's about love. It's about peace. And you so-called, listen, my sister, you don't see what's taking place. You are turning a deaf ear and a blind eye to this. You have no idea what's taking place. This is why my brothers are easily manipulated and going over to the other races of women. You see, because they know at a time like this, they need this right here. But guess what? It ain't gonna work. It's more detrimental to the man than it is to them. Because guess what? The higher realm is looking down and say, I don't give a damn what's going on at this time. You don't ever turn to that. You don't ever turn to that. Although I see what's happening, you don't never turn to that. So this is what they're doing. Oh, brother, black man, you're great. You're the son. You got your God, this, that, and the third. You know, listen here. You can burn. Say, I don't want to hear none of that bull crap. I don't want to hear none of that bull crap because, like I said, in the 16, 17, 18, and 1900s and early 2000s, guess what we were? We were niggas. We was niggas. They was pointing their pointy nose up to the sky, looking down on us. We were niggas. So I'm not going to forget. If they could have got away with this lie, best believe, my brothers and sisters, if the moon, the sun, and the stars didn't switch positions in the sky, if the ozone layer was not being removed, it would be the same talk as the early 1800s. It would be the same talk as the early 1800s. You are forgetting this. Don't think this frequency on this planet, it's love. It's love. No, it's awareness. It's awareness. This is what's coming. Acceptance. This is what's coming. So the individual got mad because I said, focus on your species. There's no need to come to my brothers. You know, a lot of your brothers and a lot of sisters that they're coming to me because they're trying to get connected into the fire. Wait a minute. Let me explain something to you, my brothers and sisters. I want y'all to hear this very fucking well. The ones that have neuromelanin that's flowing through your blood. Let me explain this very well to you. Eat the fuck right. That's what you do. Start off with that. Eat right. Start eating healthy. All that you burning sage and you got crystals and shit all around, that shit means absolutely nothing. What's wrong with you? All that shit came from you. All that shit came from you. Eat right. Get up underneath the sun. When you see your brothers, when you see birds and bees out in the street and you see trees, you speak to them. When you see some trash in front of your door or on the ground, you pick it up. You see an elderly person that's having trouble taking her groceries in the house, or she having trouble, paying for something at the store. How about helping her the fuck out? What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You ain't got a mute sitting in the house. I'm doing rituals and I'm doing this all. What the fuck wrong? The best ritual you can do is help your brother and sister. That's the best thing that you can do. What's wrong with y'all? Oh, we gotta be burning. So go and help your own species. Because guess what? You all are going to need more help than ever. You all are going to need more help than ever. So go and help each other. This is why you got the crop circles. This is why you got the messages. I live right here in Philly. We got a big park on 52nd Street. Not one crop circle was dropped there. You know why? Because I'm walking around the ones who created the fucking crop circles, my brothers and sisters. I'm walking around my messengers. I'm walking around my saviors right in front of me. We are walking in hell every day. We have to recognize that we are each other's savior, each other's crutches. We have to recognize that. And no other race could ever teach me that. No other race could ever tell me about my pineal gland, neuromelanin, and my connection to the sun of the universe. I'm not disrespecting you. You can take it. You can take my words as racist hatred. And again, not innocuous, harmful, or offensive. You can take it however you want. That's fine. But I told you, just like the message in 1977, go pull it up and listen to it. Go read what he said. Seek only to know yourself. Seek only to know yourself. That's what he said. He didn't say learn other races. He didn't say pray to another God. He said seek only to know yourself. The age of Aquarius can be a great awakening for your species. Only if your rulers are aware of the shadows that are sitting that are overshadowing their thoughts. That's it. And if you think that message was a lie, show me a debunk. Debunk the message. Debunk the message. Not one woman on this planet has suffered the way the so-called Black woman has suffered. Not one. And even to this day, you all are malpracticing on them in your medical fields. Even to this day, you are still doing it as a whole. Understand what phenomelanin is. Deals with the pigmentation of hair, skin, nails, and eyes. This is not, people get the skin white mixed up. That's yellow. You get the E gene confused. The E gene can produce all colors except for yellow. Yellow is mucus, my brothers and sisters. Y'all better wake up to this. Stop falling for this nigga science. Stop falling for this nigga science. You don't have flat lips, hair. You don't have a smell that comes off of you. That's affiliated with ammonia. You don't have that. That's something completely different. Or sulfur. You don't have that coming off of you. Understand that. So these are not hatred. This is a direct truth. This is scientific, factual truth that is I'm spilling out of my, and this is righteousness with heart, with a pure heart. I never said I wanted anything to happen to any of you other species. But what you're not going to do, and I mean this underneath this red sun, what you're not going to do, you are not going to take my words and flip them into races because I say to you, focus on your own species. See, now let me tell you this. See, a person with emotions will get upset with me. And they did when I said that I have respect for the KKK. Why not? I got respect for them. You know what they say? The KK say, we want our bloodline to be pure. We only want to breed with our bloodline. We don't want to be taught or learn anything else from no other species. We want to be left alone and we want to be with our bloodline. What is wrong with that? The racist comments that they make, nigger this and this, that, and the third, that's called lack of intelligence. Because see, when you understand and you start learning your anatomy, you would, when they call you a coon, a monkey, and all that, you would sit there and bust out and laugh. Meanwhile, you're cutting off tails, bro. Meanwhile, you have to wash your hair every day to get the lice out of there so you don't attract lice. You have literally ticks. When you go out when they go out in the woods, they have to check their body for ticks because ticks will attach themselves. They won't do that to. Why is that? Why you can lay down in the grass and the animals or the bugs won't want to stay inside of your hair? Why they don't even want to stay on your skin? They'll crawl over you and crawl past, but they don't want to start creating nests. They won't stay there. Oh shit, this is a home. Let me sit right here. This is a home. I can feed off of this animal. Why? Why they don't want to do that to us? So again, my brothers and sisters, we're not going to live with the false accusations. That's false shit. All that shit is false. We're not going to deal with that. We better understand what the age of Aquarius is truly about. It's not about no love frequency. We passed this love shit. No other race have loved the world that literally destroyed them psychologically and physically. The world that we love have literally committed genocide on us. Has literally committed genocide. Not one thing that these people will have. A television, a fucking clock, a cell phone, a car, even them standing up walking on their fucking two legs, they would not even have any of that if it wasn't for us. If it wasn't for us. They need us to be in a sleep and slumber in order for them to be successful. In order for them to be successful. And guess what? Some of our own brothers and sisters have adapted that mentality. Some of our own brothers and sisters have adapted that mentality. They don't mind you being in a sleep and slumber. That's why I said, when you see my brothers and sisters that are in law enforcement uniforms, in the military, they believe that it's black on black crime. They believe our brothers have lost their minds and we are literally killing each other, not realizing that we are being manipulated. We are being poisoned first. Our brains are shrinking. We are being poisoned first, manipulated through television, environment. And the fact that, you know what hurts us even more? Let me tell you something, my sisters. I'm going to lay this down to you. You know what hurts the black man even more? Is that you have turned your back on us as a whole. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be fully honest with you. Let me tell you something. If you go look at the movie Heat, right? You ain't got to look at the whole movie. Look at the man that came home on parole and he was in the kitchen working and his woman showed up. She said, baby, I love you. I support you. I want you to come home. I need you. And he broke down in tears because of the love that she showed him. The love that and you know why he wanted to go rob? Because he wanted to provide a better life for the one that was literally supporting him like crazy. But guess what? If she would have fueled him differently, not the fuel that she gave him was fine, but she would have fueled him as well differently. Baby, you ain't got to do that as well. That's your enemy is the one that's setting you up to be violent. Your enemy right here. Why are you on parole? They are putting you in jail for the same crimes they committed in order to put this system into place. Heroin, crack, drugs, all that shit comes from them. You were the first on the stock market. There was no stock exchange. You were. Your social security card, that is connected to the stock market. You still there, my brothers and sisters. You still there. That's why they say you were born in debt, born in hell. This is the greatest time for anyone that can raise their individual frequency in hell. You have no idea how your brothers and sisters, how the universe is looking at you, that you can raise your frequency in this hell right here. So I want to tell you, regardless if you don't want to hear it or not, my sisters, this is the factual truth. The brothers out here that I'm not advocating for boys. I'm talking about men. I'm talking about sincerely about men. There is not a job that we wouldn't do if you didn't have, it's not a job that we wouldn't do if we had your support. I will fucking wash cars. My woman came outside and said, baby, fuck that. You the best car washer. Let me give you a massage when you come in here tonight. You know what I'm saying? You did your best today, baby. Thank you. You see, we don't get that. You see, we'll come in the house and you see you watching TV and glorifying another man that has millions of dollars or is in a better financial position. You see, this is why we're going to be on an even playing field. You have the slightest idea, my brothers. You lions, my lions, you have the slightest idea. Your time is coming. We're going to be on an even playing field. There will be no money that will separate us. You know what's going to separate us? This right here and this right here. That's going to separate us. There will be no money. Financial market is what's separating us. See, she's going to look at you for who you truly are. She's going to see the man on TV wouldn't sacrifice. You got a lot of millionaires and stuff. If somebody was coming in the house to rob them, they'd be like, shit, girl, you better go down there and do it. You got people out here that got, yo, I got your woman captive right now. You either going to come up here, you know what I'm saying, or she out of here. Man, listen, I'll give you another fucking girl. Goodbye. Yeah, shit, you think that shit? But when you have someone that say, yo, I will cut my arm off for you. You see, those are the ones that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about those that are content and believe in money and believe in easily replacing you with another pretty looking face or another fine or another fat ass. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about those that see you from the inside out, not from the outside in. Those brothers right there that commit themselves to you. You should be their biggest fan. Their biggest fan. And I mean that, my brothers and sisters. I sincerely mean that to you, my sisters. I truly mean that. Now, let me get into this video. Let me get into the things that I want to share with y'all. Let me get into some of the things. And again, like I said, send me a clip of another species inside of the zoo at the hands of another one. And look at the smile on this face right here. Look at the smile. Well, who's smiling now? Now, let me go over this real fast, my people. Now, any video I use for awareness purposes. Any video I use for awareness purposes. Now, what I told y'all was happening, there is a neurological issue that is taking place on the planet. A neurological issue that is taking place on this. No, matter of fact, hold on. I apologize. No, you know what? I apologize. Necrophilia is the first thing I want to speak about. Here we go right here. Necrophilia, right? A person who is excited or fascinated by death or killing. Those who embrace violence, whether in the form of acts of terrorism or acts of war, are necrophiliacs. Objective psychiatry having or relating to a sexual attraction to dead bodies, he has a disturbing tendency towards necrophiliac fantasies. Listen to this again. Whether in a form of acts of terrorism or acts of war, are necrophiliacs. Now, I want to show y'all something real fast. What country has been at war? What country has been at war since it's been in power? See, I told y'all, and then hold on. Let me say this to you about your Most High. Your Most High, your Creator, the Most High. Now, is he not diagnosed as a necrophiliac? That he's fascinated with dead bodies and people that are killing? Are you sitting? Are you serious? When he can snap his finger and stop this shit at a blink of an eye, he's not fascinated with this shit? What country has been at war since it's been in power? And the fact that your Creator, the Most High, is sitting back watching this shit go down. And the fact that you have brothers and sisters out here right now that justify a 3-month-old, a 3-year-old baby being snatched up, organ harvest, sex traffic. They're justifying it. So I say, well, Forget Kalai. The Most High can forget about me. I'm grown. He can forget about all adults. What about the children? Well, you don't know what that child did. The child was 3 months old. The child was 3 days old. The child was 2 years old. What the fuck could a child do at that age? You don't know what the thought process of that child. You need help. And I mean that. You literally need fucking help. That you really justify that actions. That you allow someone that's supreme, that can snap their fingers in the drop of a dime and stop this chaos that's going on with all children on this planet. It don't make a difference what the ethnicity is. All children on this planet. You need help, psychological help, that you literally justify that. Literally justify that. And I mean that. So let me show y'all something real fast. Hold on. So we're going to go over here. I'm going to talk about this war real fast. Now, if y'all listen to Putin's speech, I listen to all sides of this shit. And if you people that are in America, my brothers and sisters, you're not paying attention to this. America is pushing this war. NATO, they are supporting NATO. In NATO, it's people in NATO that know they can't deal with Russia, and they know they dead wrong for what they're doing. But America is pushing this. But everybody's looking at the right hand. You also better be looking at the left side with China. That's all I'm saying to you. And something else is taking place on this planet. This is why they're keeping people focused on this bullshit. And all of a sudden, the virus, the so-called you-know-what, is dying off. But anyway, I want to show y'all something on this map. Here is France. Here is the UK. Here is Spain. Here is Italy. Here is Germany, right? This is Russia. This is Ukraine, people. Hold on for 1 second. Let's start this over again. This is Russia, and this is Ukraine. How in the French toast do you, all the way over here, can dictate what the fuck is going on over here? Hold on. Let me show y'all something else. Let me pull this map up. Let me pull this map up. Here is the United States. Let me go back a little bit. Let me go in. Okay. United States, right? United States of America, right? This is Canada. Look how close Canada is to the United States. Hold on, let's go down here. This is Mexico, right? Now, hold on. This is the United States of America. Now, I want to go back over here. This here is like Mexico and fucking Canada. You mean to tell me that you're going to allow someone to set up military base right next to me and hold a gun to my fucking head? Are you out your mind? I mean, really, again, I'm not supporting Russia. I don't support none of this bull crap. I mean, this is all a distraction. But I got to respect the man that's truly making sense about all of this shit. You are literally, the money is getting ready to collapse. Black people and other races, your tax dollars are now going to Ukraine for a war that's unnecessary. You're trying to force NATO into here. Yo, bro, hold on for 1 second. Let me go back again. This is the United States. Would you let North Korea set up shop in Canada? Would you let fucking North Korea set up shop in Mexico? You wouldn't even let North Korea set up shop over here in fucking over here in Brazil. You wouldn't let North Korea set up shop in Brazil. So why would you even think that somebody would have the right to set up military bases? They are going into Ukraine to set up military bases along this line right here. Why would you think that it's okay for you to go and support a country or a group of a militant group that no one knows who runs NATO, by the way? No one knows who runs NATO. But why would you support a group that will literally go into, what do the Ukrainians speak? I'm confused. Do they speak Europe or do they speak Russian? Let me ask you this. What do they speak? Do they speak Europe or do they speak Russian? What do Ukraine people speak? I'm out of my fucking. Are you serious? Hold on. Let me show you something else. Hold on. I'm not done. I gotta pull my laptop up, people. I gotta get my laptop. Hold on for 1 second. Bear with me. I gotta get my laptop. So mind you, America is getting ready to go to war for nothing. For absolutely nothing. That's it. That's all you literally your family members, you're getting ready to pay high gas prices. They already told you it's going to be a so-called cyber attack once they drop sanctions on Russia. And they done did the sanctions on Russia, but Russia is not stopping. Russia said this is a security issue. That's what he said this is a security issue. This has nothing to do with anything else other than me protecting my borders. This is why over here in the Black Sea right here, he has nothing but nuclear warships sitting in the Black Sea because Turkey is an ally or underneath the American thumb. Remember the boy that went to Turkey? Remember the Russian ambassador that went to Turkey and he got killed on TV? Fucking literally got murdered on TV. Remember that. Hold on, let me put this up real quick, my people, so I can make sure I'm sharing the screens and stuff. All right, he literally got murdered on TV. So he already know Turkey is underneath these people's thumbs and America is their fucking broad. America is their broad. I don't even want to say the other words. You know, America is their fucking broad. Now I want to show you something. When I said necrophilia, right? Necrophilia, those that love war and love violence, no matter what. I want to show you something. I want you to watch. I want to show you something. Watch Biden when he first walks up to the podium. I want to show y'all this. I told y'all I pay attention to this shit. Watch when he walk up to the podium. Hold on. Here we go. Look at that face. He's literally smiling, bro. He's literally smiling. And listen, look at this. He literally smiling. You tell me you telling me that's somebody that's serious? He's going to send your babies to war, bro. Y'all literally getting ready to pay. We getting ready inflation with food. He's getting ready to cause chaos in America. He's literally getting ready to cause chaos here in America. And this is the face that you present to the American people with this bull crap that's going on. This is the face. Are you serious? Are you serious? Y'all better seriously, my brothers and sisters, y'all better wake up to what's really taking place on this planet. America would not allow North Korea to set up in Canada or in Mexico. But yet they're telling you that Putin is out of control and he's violent. Hold on. Putin when they said, hold up. Now look, when he declared, then I'm not gonna be able to pronounce these two words, the NAS, and when he declared these two countries a republic state, right? Let me show you the reaction to the people. Look at the reaction to the people. I want you to listen to this. They are watching Putin. Look at the reaction. These are Russian flags in Ukraine, by the way. Now look at the reaction to the people. Do that sound like a group of people that don't want Russia in there? Do that look like people that don't want Russia to come? Or that sound like a group of people that have been under tyranny for so long by Western culture? See, the president of Ukraine is no different than the president in Gambia and Sierra Leone, all through Africa. All these presidents in Africa has literally sold your own people the fuck out. They would rather accept money and be good with their families being taken care of instead of the people. This is why the majority people in Africa are suffering, but the presidents are living good because they're underneath the thumb of China and Western culture. That's why. You see these people? But meanwhile, they kept saying Russia is going to attack. Russia is going to do. No, he's strategically doing this shit, and he's doing it the right way. And the people want him to come in there. They want him to come in there. Get this, and they say, "Oh, Russia is going to kill certain diplomats, certain presidents. They're gonna seize certain people and lock them up and kill them." You fucking right. What's wrong with that? Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp. What's wrong with you? 6 million people between those two countries are suffering because the president of Ukraine is living comfortable. And if you would have watched his interview the other day, you would have saw how uncomfortable he is now because he see that he's being used. He's literally being used. And he was even on an interview stating, well, we need more of this. We need more of that. We need more of this. And why are y'all not supplying it? I hear a lot of talk, but America is not supplying it. They're not. Only thing America is doing is trying to push Putin's buttons by Putin said, listen, don't bring any military armory over here. Y'all want to talk y'all shit? Go ahead and talk y'all shit. Don't bring military armory over here. But yet your Biden and NATO is still sending military armory. UK, the president of Ukraine, like, no, slow up, bro. Slow up. Slow up. They said, no, we sending this shit over here. Slow up, bro. No, slow up. He's confused. He don't know what to do. He don't know what to do because you've been underneath their thumb. Now, hold on. Let me move on, my people. Now, this is what's happening. And I told y'all because of the frequency that's coming from the sun right now. And I see a lot of people trying to focus on the sun. Know what I mean? Like, but we should have been on that since day one. And I've been saying this since the beginning. The sun is the game changer. We are the children of the sun. We are that. Now, what's happening is unnatural animals, more importantly, the dog is going to become more dangerous this summer. That dog is going to be more dangerous this summer because it's an unnatural animal. For one, his brain, the one part of his brain that kept him docile, because the dog comes from a wolf. Remember that. A dog comes from a wolf. And you know what hurts me a lot? When I see these girls that weigh 90 pounds, soaking wet with 2 car batteries in your pocket, 2 car batteries in your fucking pocket, and you walking pit bulls and Rottweilers down the fucking street. Like, are you saying, he ain't gonna bite? He ain't gonna bite. Are you out your mind? You can't even control this big motherfucker. So how you talk? He ain't gonna bite. You soaking wet with 2 car. You 100 pounds soaking wet with 2 car batteries in your pocket, and you walking this big ass dog down the street. And then some of y'all got 2 of them. Y'all got 2 dogs pulling you down the street, talking about he ain't gonna bite. When he's so attached to you. Dogs are territorial, like wolves are. They become attached to you. So you mean to tell me somebody can just be talking to you, or somebody be like, hey, how you doing, sis? He's ready to snap out. But understand something. It's going to get even more crazier this summer. It's going to get even more crazier. It was just a boy being mauled by 2 Rottweilers here in Philly. And I think that brother who had a license to carry and he didn't go to jail for popping that dog because he had every right to pop it because what is going on with my people, man? Seriously, what is literally going on with y'all? So let me play this real quick. Any video I use for awareness purposes. I need y'all to listen to this.
You may have seen that dramatic video of hundreds of birds literally falling from the sky into a neighborhood. What on earth was going on?
A flock of birds dropped dead from the sky mid-flight. Police.
Now, let me tell you why this took place. You have ships that are moving through your skies. Some of these birds cannot see them at one time, and they're moving fast. They are moving fast across your sky. All the dimensions are coming together. I remember I did a video 2 years ago, and I said, yo, look at the birds. They're not flying as high as they were, and they're sitting on pole lines for hours at a time looking at the sky. Birds are literally looking up at the sky. Why? Because they see on a different frequency. But I want to play this here for you.
Hundreds of yellow-headed blackbirds died. There's been all kinds of speculation about what caused that.
Can you believe that? So this is a flock of yellow-headed blackbirds crashing to the ground by the hundreds on a random street in Mexico last week in Chihuahua.
Boom. Here we go. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
And anybody know about Mexico? When the scientists, when Hitler was broken up, scientists, Russian scientists, as well as American scientists, went into Mexico. You have underground facilities in Mexico. Mexico is a hot spot. Over top of their head are constantly ships that are watching underneath the ground and seeing what's going on. So this here. I understood why this shit took place.
Dropped dead mid-flight. Chihuahua City Police.
Maybe we'll show this again here. Local authorities, they can't. There it is. Look at that. That is bizarre. They don't know exactly the reason behind this.
Authorities still don't know what caused their death. Yeah. That is a lot of birds that just fell from the sky. Beautiful birds too. So very unfortunate situation there. I cannot believe that.
Like, that is insane.
Trying to see on that video if Alfred Hitchcock walked by at any point.
That is crazy.
Wildlife officials are investigating why dozens of crows died scattered around the federal courthouse.
Waiting on results after dozens of dead crows.
Tonight, experts are working to figure out why it happened.
Reminiscent of scenes from the Alfred Hitchcock classic, crows are constantly covering downtown trees.
No one yet knows what caused the death of a number of crows in downtown St. Louis.
Missouri Department of Conservation spokesperson tells Fox 2 News the situation is very unusual. About 50 dead crows were reported at Creve Coeur Lake this past weekend, too. It does remain a mystery, and for some folks, a symbol. In literature, dead crows are often associated with loneliness, despair, and misfortune. I don't know if I'm going to go that far, but it is weird, Randy.
Let's take a look at a shocking and bizarre discovery in the New River Valley today. We're told Radford University students found at least 55 American robins dead on the ground this week. The Southwest Virginia Wildlife Center was able to save 2 birds, which are recovering well. And there's no word on the exact cause, but one idea is that they died from trauma.
Roger Holloway did.
Listen, I tell you, I don't want to play too much of that video because I don't want, again, YouTube, like they vicious with me, man. They don't want to, but I would tell y'all, like, that's one part of the video. Like, this is happening continuously around the world. Birds are falling out of the sky through neurological issues, my people. Now, let's get over to this right here. Before I show you that video, let me get over this right here because this is what they're hiding from you as well. So we're going to start this. Let me play this right here. This is in the UK.
Wasn't shocking enough.
London.
An even more staggering fact is that the number of teenagers murdered with a knife in London is on the rise. 17 teenagers have been murdered this year alone. The Metropolitan Police says we are now on track for the highest number of deaths in over a decade. Simeon Brown reports.
These are faces of the young lives lost to knife violence on our streets in a fatal month for teenagers. Jalen Woods Bell, stabbed outside a West London school, was 15 years old. Benjamin Orton was 17. He was stabbed outside a cinema in Derbyshire. Donado Samuels Brooks was chased on a South London high street and killed. He too was just 17. D. John Reed in Birmingham was even younger at just 14. Amongst the 5 charged for his death, 2 are in their 30s. In London, the number of teenagers killed in 2021 has already surpassed the 15 killed in 2020. Violence is escalating after years of interventions and new initiatives from politicians.
Let me go back here. Look at this right here from politicians.
After years,
look at how they got our people. Look, this is in London, my people. I mean, my people, where we are deeply in bondage. Now, this is what they have you playing ping pong. You understand? Look at these Neanderthals. Look at these genetic men. This right here, I'm gonna tell you right there, he's something else. But anyway,
interventions and new initiatives from politicians.
Nobody in their right mind would suggest that just expanding ping pong clubs is going to be a complete solution. But what I'm saying is that it's got to be part of the solution.
Our police need to be empowered, and as we're recruiting 20,000 more police officers, we need them to be out making sure that those that want to do harm are prevented from doing harm.
I'm quite clear. Stop and search is a useful tool when used properly and proportionally.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Good stuff. In recent years, as the focus has returned to beefing up policing measures with units like this one, the question is what is actually happening with fatal knife violence, especially in the capital. Across England and Wales, the number of murders fell by 12% last year. Even in London, there has been a downward trend in homicides over the past 20 years. Last year in 2020, the number of murders were 42% lower than 2003. In this 17-year period, almost 1 in 5 murders were identified as domestic violence. Half were caused by knives or sharp objects, and the majority of victims were white. Over the past year, serious crime is down 22%. But if that sounds positive, there is a downside. The Met say there has been an increase in the number of teenagers murdered. So far in 2021, 17 have lost their lives, 15 were stabbed, and 12 were black.
Now, let me show y'all something, my people. This was a report that I got from the year 2021. Now, I was trying to search and find something more current because this is a little off, but I want to show y'all something, right? To let you know if you pull up New York, right? Right now, the stabbings across the planet, especially with these people, have dramatically increased exponentially. The stabbings and murdering through knives have increased exponentially. And this is going to increase even more. So I want to show y'all that now this video that I'm going to play here for you next, this is not for anyone to get in an outrage. I just want y'all to understand what's taking place, what is going to continue to take place. We have to get our children away from these people. If we don't get our children away from these people, we are going to always suffer. It don't even make a difference, man. To be honest with you, it's like sometimes me saying this shit is just like, it don't even make a difference, man, because the sun is doing his job. The sun is sincerely doing his job. But I want to show you this. And this is what they want, as many riots right now that's going to happen on the street. Listen, Ahmaud Bradley, whatever his name is, the guy that got ran down by the 3 guys in a pickup truck. That is you can see that's hitting the news, the mainstream news. You see all the other abuse that's taking place with us, the shootings, all of this shit is taking place with us on mainstream news. And I wouldn't be surprised again if it's not another shooting that's going to arouse. But here you go right here. Here's a video clearly. See another team talking to now these are 2 teams having a disagreement with one another. However, you can clearly see this individual is black and this individual is yellow. So now here we go.
Accusations of racial bias by police after they broke up a fight between a pair of teenagers, one black, one white, at a New Jersey mall. A now viral video shows the teens having a heated discussion. The white teen pointing his finger in the face of the black teen, who pushes the white teen's hand away. The white teen then shoves the black teen, and the two begin to tussle. At one point, the white teen tackling the black teen and pinning him to a couch, then throwing him to the ground. When police arrive to break up the fight, a female...
Now look, the female officer grabs this teen, pushes him to the side. Look at what the male do.
Officer pulls the white teen away and pushes him to the couch without handcuffs. While the other officer presses the black teen to the ground and kneels on his back. The female officer also coming over.
And she kneels on his back. You see?
On the teen's upper back while they place him and only him in handcuffs.
Oh no! Holy
Treatment some viewed as unequal, unfair, and racially biased.
This is what they do naturally. See, they naturally look at us as the violent person. She pulled him off, set him down, and then came over and put a knee on top of a kid's back. Now, this is why I say, as long as we sit back and we believe in this love shit, we are always going to get treated like this until we self-educate ourselves with knowledge, knowing our anatomy and knowing who we are dealing with. We are dealing with maniacal people, violence. They are unstable people. It is indelible inside of their DNA. It is an imprint inside of their DNA to be violent. And we're not focused on, we're not looking at that. These people are naturally violent people, naturally unstable people, naturally. It is indelible inside of their DNA, meaning imprinted. It is in their blood to be this way, in their blood. And we allow this to take place with our children. Again, the number one thing is, you see, why we shouldn't even be in this type of a crew. We shouldn't even, look at everybody that's around. And then look at the stomachs on these people. Unhealthy. Look, we should never even be around. We should not even allow our children to be amongst these people. We shouldn't even allow our children, you can call it hatred, you can call it racism, you can call it whatever you want. We shouldn't even allow our children to be around these people at all. And if you knew anatomy, if you started to study anatomy a little bit and look at their genetic makeup, they are spliced with a natural violent animal. They share 98% of their DNA with a natural violent animal. We shouldn't even be around them. They are unsafe physically and mentally and medically, even to reproduce with. They are completely unsafe to be around. Psychologically, they have no soul. Point blank and simple. They are spiritual beings. Period. Now, let me get over here, my people. Let me get over here. Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm done with this here. Let me make sure I'm done with all this here. Yes, I am. Let me get over here real fast. Now, I want to show y'all something real fast. Here we go. First of all, the Schumann resonance. Here we go. 222 going into 223. Look, you see that spike right there? You see that spike right there? Let me tell y'all something. Today, my people, I went outside to the hospitals, my people. I was tired. It was raining. It started raining. I couldn't be out there like I wanted to, but I'm right back out of there tomorrow. I'm going to be at Temple University tomorrow, my people. I was tired. I was like, I don't know. Like when I went out there, there was the rain coming down, and you know these people that wasn't going to stand there, and it's more easier for me to say what I have to say when it's nice outside, when it's not raining, everybody rushing to try to get inside doors. That's making it easier for people to move on about their business. However, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to be doing that every day of the week, Monday through Friday when I can. I'm going to be out there, whether I'm in Temple, whether I'm at Temple, University of Penn. I'm going to be where a mixture of our crowd at, and also where the medical facilities at. So when YouTube or Instagram talk about fact checkers, I'll be looking for the fact checkers out there that can dispute what I'm stating, that can dispute what I'm stating regarding their biological identification. Point blank and simple. Not my ID as identification, my biological identification, not a piece of plastic, my actual carbonated skin. So look, the Schumann resonance, you got your spike that's happening right now, starting on, well, this is going into 222. Like, what time? I don't know what time this is. This was in the evening, and I'm gonna show y'all where this spike is coming from. However, I want to show y'all something, my people. I want to show y'all something. Hold on. Should I show you here? Let me show you on Lasso. Let me show you on Lasso first. 48 hours. 48 hours. Like I told you before, there are two objects now that are popping up. These two right here. There's no explanation for that. So anybody that studied this, just explain to me what these two flashes is that are on the opposite side of each sun. So now I want to show you something. I want to show you something real fast. Objects that went into the sun. And hold up. First of all, there is a time lapse. I want you to look at the time. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me get off of this. It's better if I show it to you this way. Here we go, right here. 220, right here. 220, 22. I want y'all to look at this right here. I'm gonna go, next. You see the coronal mass ejection. Next. Now, there is an object right here. Now it's gonna come in more clearly. It's several of them. They're going into the sun, and then there is another one. Now, if a coronal mass ejection is spewing out to the sun, what is this traveling going back into the sun? You're going to see it. It's not again, you have to, your eyes have to be different. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to, if you don't see it, that's fine. But I want you to look, see what's traveling, going. The coronal mass ejection is coming out from the sun. What is this going into the sun? See that? See how it curved and came into the sun? Don't worry. Now it's going to be two other objects that's going to come up. That's going to appear. This is one. This is another one that's going into the sun. And then it's going to be two. Here you go. First of all, this is the other one that came out of the sun, came out of the coronal mass ejection. And then you have this object right here, and there's one up there, one here and one here. They're going into the sun. Going into the sun. These are coronal mass ejections, spewing out cosmic ionized particles. So I'm going to go back again so we can see this again for ourselves. Matter of fact, as I go backwards, you can see the objects. I'm going to go back. We'll go back. There you go. You can see this object, these two objects, right? Either there's one object or there's two objects. But I'm going to go back so you can see clearly circling around the coronal mass ejection and going back into the sun. So now, explosion from the sun. And I want to show you time. I'm going to show you the time that is missing off of this too. Explosion from the sun, going into the sun. These objects are going into the sun. These objects are going into the sun. This object is emerged coming out of the sun. Clearly, you can see that. Clearly, you can see that object coming out of the sun. And then you have these objects going into the sun. Going in. Now, they're going to tell you that, and then as soon as they went in, then it was an explosion on the southeast side of the sun. So I go back one more again so you can see it. Object emerges. And then I'm going to show you where time data, like they can't even overlap this shit no more. Like the time is literally, mind you, explosion from the sun, coronal mass ejections going out from the sun, spewing ionized particles. The sun is a portal right here, going into the sun. I'm not here to force anyone to believe what I'm seeing or none of that. I ain't seeing this shit more and more clear. And this is why the data is going missing off of this, because all of the dimensions are coming together. Here's a sphere emerging, as well as 1, 2 objects going into the sun. And as soon as they went into the sun, boom, another explosion, another ejection from the sun. Another injection. Now, hold on. Let me go back over here. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all where time is missing at. Let me show y'all something. These motherfuckers are funny as shit, boy. Look at the time. We're going to go back here. Now, 2:21:22. 21:42 hours. This is military. Look, you see that? So let me go back again. 2:21:22. Now, mind you, this going 24 hours. So y'all know 1 o'clock a.m. is 1 o'clock. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1 o'clock again, 13, 14, 2 o'clock, 15. It's 3 o'clock. So I want you to look at this again. Watch this. Pause. The motherfucker went from, hold on, 21, 221, 22. Look, 222, 054. Watch this. 3 o'clock, bro. You miss 2 hours. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 2 hours. 2 hours and then 2 hours and 30 minutes is gone off of this. Hold on, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. You went from 7 o'clock to 13. Nigga went from 7 a.m. and 42 minutes in the morning to 13, 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon. How did that happen? What was up there that was showing itself so much in the morning time that you literally erased that much data? Let me go back again. 8 o'clock. Hold on. Let me get back. Dang, that shit was fast. 7:30. Okay, so it went from 8:30. Okay, 8:06. All right, so it went from like 8:06. It went from 8:06 to 13:30. So how did you go from 8 o'clock in the morning, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1? That's that's 5.5 hours of data that just literally disappeared. First, if the first 3 hours was gone early in the midnight, well, let's say midnight. So we go from, again, we rewind it, 221, 22. 222, 54. Went straight to 3 o'clock, 3:18. Let's say 3:18. That's where it went to. Then it started going 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Went from 8 o'clock. 8:18. Whatever was here, whatever showed up on the camera here, they said, fuck that. Nobody's going to see that. And it went from there to 13:30. How did you erase all of that data? Where did it go to? And what are you hiding here? You couldn't even overlap the picture. You couldn't even hide it from people. So you said, you know what? Let me just erase the data, which is fine. I respect that. I don't have a problem with that. You just erase the data. But I see what's going on with the sun. You have more and more objects going in and coming out of the sun, and they're bigger, and they're showing up more and more on all of your cameras. SDO, Lasso, Soho, they all showing up now more and more inside of your cameras. Now, this is why I say no one else has a, when people want to make fun about collide, talk about, man, UVA, UVB, we know about the sun. Oh, okay, sure, not a problem. Then you understand that the sun deals directly with DNA. It deals with brainwave frequency. And what's happening is, if you are not natural to the planet, if you didn't go through the natural process of what we would call birth, if your birth came here through a makeshift cul-de-sac, or it was the result of interbreeding and raping, you're going to have issues on the planet. You're going to have issues. Now, guess what? Somebody that's looking to get something from you, somebody that's looking to get money from you, somebody that's looking to get likes and loves and all this other bullshit from you would not tell you that. I'm not the one that's going to cause you to have difficulties on the planet. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing every day is trying to enlighten my people to see their own individual light. And I'm not speaking hatred of no other race. No other race. I speak about genetics. But even in this video, when I was speaking about genetics, when I said the violence in people, I even showed you the science, the psychological necrophilia. I even showed you this is in their psychological book. This is in there. You study psychology, you can read this shit. It's in there. They put it right in front of you. Those who embrace violence, whether it's in the form of act of terrorism or act of war, that's point blank and simple. That's point blank and simple. So I'm not here, even with me showing you this information, it's not to speak hatred about you at all. It's just breaking down what you are connected to. You have a choice to break away from that. You have a choice to walk around like plants, like natural honeybees. You can do that. You don't have to be erratic. You don't have to be erratic. You don't have to be a volcano. unstable, you can actually be at peace. But being at peace must start with this. You must love who you are. You must love every fragment about your body. We have my brothers and sisters suffer from what you call body dysmorphic disorder. Body dysmorphic disorder. Hate the way we look. Oh, I don't like the way my eyes look. Let me go get surgery. I don't like the way my cheeks look. Let me go get surgery. I don't like the way my butt look. Let me go get surgery. That is a form of hatred, self-hate. And let me tell you something. The universe is impeccable. She is perfect. And when you do that, that says that you are displeased with the universe. That's not walking in universal law. That's not walking with value and love and appreciation for yourself. Oh, I don't like the way this look. I don't like the way you know what? I hide this because I don't like the way my hands look. My hands, that's why I got to get nails on my hands, because my hands look too small, or they look too big, or they look this, that, and the third. You have to love every aspect of yourself and value others. And if no one can appreciate you from the inside out, then you should let them go. You should not hold on to someone in the name of love at all. You should not hold on to someone because they want to stroke your ego, or because you feel like you will be alone. Sometimes being alone is a-okay. That sparks growth, being alone. That's a-okay. So when people, Kalai, he talk about the sun, he talk about the fact, because it's directly dealing with our anatomy. More importantly, the brain. Let's start with that. The brain, the human brainwave. That's why. That's exactly why I talk about it consistently. And when I say sun blood, that's in our blood, the sun. And the only reason why you would try to make fun of that, and only people that will find that as a joke is people that have no correlation with the sun. But the joke's on you, buddy. The jokes is on you, because guess what? The sun is not going to fry away my brain. This is why on certain social media platforms, what they trying to sell y'all, EMP, electric magnetic pulse. They giving you helmets. Hey, you're going to need this helmet for your brain, for your head. So when that electric magnetic pulse comes from the sun, it won't fry away your brain. Guess what? I want that pulse to come. Matter of fact, I'm not even wearing a wave. I'm not even wearing a fucking lock hat when that pulse comes. I'm going to let my locks flow all underneath that frequency. Let it come, baby. Let it come. I'm waiting on it. But some people out here are selling you what? You need an EMP shield. You need an EMP shield. One for your head, one for your car, one for your electronics, one for your body. You need an EMP for your whole body. That's what you you need an electric magnetic pulse from your whole body. You better start with that. That's why they making robots now. You don't get it? Why you got robot dogs? Because the other dog won't live. That's why. You ain't got robot lions. Hey, I don't see China making I don't see Elon Musk making robot lions and robot elephants, but you're making robot dogs and robot flipper burger. You got a motherfucking machine flipping burgers now. You gonna ask the machine to put salt and pepper on some human meat? Yo, Kalai, you ain't shit. No, I am everything that they say I'm not. That's what I am, and I'm telling the truth. See, that's why I don't see them making that. Get your EMPs. Get your EMPs. Hold on, let's see what this is hitting for. Let's see what Enlil is hitting for. All right, hold up. What's this? The 21st? Oh, no wonder why. Look at this. Look at this burst of energy, and look at the plasma density. Look at the density. This is why I felt the way I felt today, my people. Let me tell you, when I came in, I took off of work today, and I can't afford to miss my job. I tell you that. I gotta work. I'm a black man, you know what I mean? Like I'm a black man that I don't have the educational background or certificates that your echelon people that have. So I have to go to work. I have to. So anyway, this is why I felt the way I felt today. Like I'm telling you, I went to work out. I don't get it twisted. I felt good, but I felt like, yo, like my body felt like I just went through a vicious like workout. I can't even explain it to you. People that work out understand what I'm saying. You ever had a crazy leg workout? You did cardio. I mean, you had a crazy workout that day, and then you eat something and you just be like, yo, I can't even keep my eyes open. I came in the house, I ate something like around, I think I talked to Shiz like around, I think it was like 2 o'clock maybe. I'm not sure exactly what time it was, but I talked to Shiz at that time. And I went upstairs, my people, and you talk about going to sleep. I was out. I mean, when I tell you I was out, I was gone. And this is why. Because again, remember I told you, plasma density, the size of the particles that is hitting your body. And again, the more positive you are, the more electrons you are going to attract. The more positive you are, the more electrons you are going to attract to your body. So I must have absorbed a whole lot of energy from the sun, and I did, and I needed the rest. So this was going from the 21st into the 22nd plasma density, and I just needed the rest. And you can look at the solar down here is the solar winds. So it was over 500 kilometers per hour. They was up to 500 kilometers per hour. So what you would do, 500 kilometers per second. So you take 500 kilometers per second and you convert that. You ask how many miles per hour that was. So it was well over 1 million miles per hour. Well over 1 million miles per hour. We were getting hit with cosmic energy. And let me see, all the way up until the 24th to 25th. Nothing else is coming other than a little bit of solar winds going to be densified, a little density, but that's what they predict. That doesn't necessarily mean this is going to happen, especially when I'm looking at the activity of the sun. And I told you this is planetary K index. When you have the geomagnetic storms, I made this very clear. A lot of people don't. You can go and believe NASA and them all you want. I'm telling you, we should be right here. You see where this yellow is at? We should be right here in the 4s where this yellow is at all time. This green right here, they should be up here with the 4. All this down here where the 1 and the 0 is at. No, we are always up here now. We are always up here. And guess what? After the spring equinox in March, this is why this thing has to take place with what and over in Ukraine. This is why this has to take place, because this is evolving the sun. And the lizard family knows that. This is why Queen Fake Elizabeth, lizard bitch, now tested positive for COVID, and she's now isolated. Listen, whether it be the war or whether it be the fact that she passed away, the collapse is happening. It's happening from a higher realm, but they got to fake it down here on a lower realm to make it seem like this is something else. No, it's not. This is over, my brothers and sisters. Their world is coming to an end. Now, let me just go over here real quick, give you a updated magnetic field pulse, 222.22. So here you go. Right here, you can clearly see that there is a square. NASA, I don't know why. NASA explained this. Somebody can send messages to NASA. NASA's not going to give you no answer on this. How is there literally a square, 90-degree angle? See that square? It's a 90-degree angle, and it stretches down to this part right here. And Earth is completely enveloped with high cosmic radiation, gamma radiation. The white side is the daytime side, the dark side is the nighttime side. There is something always on the nighttime side that's giving high frequency of energy, high levels of radiation, period. High levels of radiation. What is the first thing that happens when chemotherapy? What takes place with you physically with chemotherapy? Nauseousness, loss of hair. Being nauseous and loss of hair. If you search up symptoms from acute radiation syndrome, which I've done a video on this, acute radiation syndrome, you will see it's the same symptoms that they're telling you that's coming from what. But it's not. All of this is coming from the sun. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a French toast how many 5G towers they put up. They can put up 6G, 9G. I don't give a damn what they're doing. All that's doing, my people, I'm going to be fully honest with you. It is frying them more than it's harming us. We absorb the 5G and the 6G. I'm not disputing that, but it's harming them more than it is harming us. I understand that. The only thing that can harm us is that we literally have to take you know what. After we take that you will know what and several other you know what's, and then we're drinking, we're eating bad foods, where caffeine is a bad thing to put in your body right now. Even listen, caffeine, tobacco products this is one of the reasons. Like, I woke up after the winter solstice on December the 21st and the 25th. I think it was the 28th, around the 26th, between the 26th and the 20th. I'm gonna say around the 27th, but the last day I smoked weed, December the 27th. And I felt like my body, like something was ripping me apart. Like, it literally, I was aching, my back was hurting, like it was really bothering me. And I haven't blown tree since that time. I haven't smoked any weed since that time. I haven't even had the urge to even blow. And you know what? When I would stop smoking weed, when I was smelling, I'd be like, yo, I smell that greenery, yo, that smell. When I smell it now, it's like it's a smell that irritates me. It don't make me irritates me till I'll be like, yo, I don't want to be around it. It's just a smell that stinks now. It doesn't smell right to me anymore. And I'm not saying that I would never smoke tree again. I'm just saying, for me, how I feel right now, it just makes me feel differently. And I don't knock anyone for blowing tree. You want to blow tree, blow tree. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a plant. I just don't want to smoke it in the tobacco products anymore. That's dangerous. It's dangerous because, like I said, it gets into your bloodstream. You have in your mouth, you have glands that are inside of your mouth. It's called the parotid gland. You have the submaxillary gland, the submandibular gland, and you have the sublingular gland. Those are the 4 glands that are inside of your mouth. Again, you have the parotid gland, you have the submaxillary gland, the submandibular gland, and you have the sublingular gland. Those are 4 glands that are inside of your mouth. The parotid gland is located underneath the ear, and the sublingular gland is underneath what you would call your tongue. So even and you have ducts that are inside of your mouth, and those ducts that are inside of your mouth, let me pull this over. You have ducts like they look like, if you ever look at a octopus, and you see those holes on the end of octopus hands, those holes, those suction cups. Well, you have a whole bunch of them inside of your mouth, all the way. They all lined up inside of your mouth. So you don't even have to drink nothing and let it go down your esophagus. You literally can just put it in your mouth, and literally it goes into your bloodstream, literally inside of your bloodstream, because you have these holes that are inside of your mouth that are called ducts. Now, in your bloodstream, if you're putting the wrong thing in your bloodstream, the first thing it builds up is called adenosines. Like I told you, I said this before. Adenosines attaches to your neurons, and they call adenosine. They turn into adenosine receptors, and they suppress your neurons. This is where they say adenosine build up in your body throughout the day, and then you get tired. Like when you eat food that's heavily food, when you eat like a Thanksgiving meal and you see somebody be like, oh man, I'm tired now, because the adenosine suppress your neurons in your brain so much, because your brain is working overload. Your neurons are either repolarizing, meaning that they stay there and charge too long and they can't connect to another neuron because the neuron is dead, or they depolarize. They fire off too fast and they're not connected to one another. So what happens is you actually get tired and you get sleepy, and the body is trying to push that shit out of you, but it doesn't work. Just like if you go look at what was the shit they put in our water in Chicago, but now it's all over. It's all over. It's in all of our water now. Lead look just like calcium, and I'm going to do a video on that. Calcium is very important for our body. You understand? It stabilizes your central nervous system, and it deals with the fertility of your neurons. But lead looks just like calcium to the body, and it tries to fool the body and let the neuron absorbs it. And what it does, it destroys the neuron inside of your brain. This is where you come with neurological issues. This is where you come up with problems. See, when you start to read and start to research this shit, my brothers and sisters, I'm trying to tell you, it's nothing. You would never allow a person. First of all, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna be truthful and honest with you, my divine sister. You start to learn this shit, you would never let another person look between your legs, examine you, or touch you. You could never go in the wild. This is why you ever notice in the wild, mothers don't allow anything to get near their cubs or their babies. You would never be able to get near their children at all. You ain't examining my fucking child. You ain't doing nothing to my child. I have my child. You're not doing nothing. And that's just being real. So let me get back over to this real fast. Let me show y'all this one last screen before I get out of here. My brothers and sisters, if you appreciate the content, hit the like button. You really appreciate the content, grab an I Am My Black shirt, Sun Blood, message over the money, save our children, 98% monkey versus 100% sun child. You know what I'm saying? You really appreciate the content. Grab a shirt. This has had nothing to do with racism. This has to do with a movement. Point blank and simple. You really appreciate the content? Cash App. I appreciate it. All goes back to us. I don't get any money from YouTube or Instagram at all. Whatever you send us, I greatly appreciate it. Trust me when I tell you, Kalai is much appreciated. Whether it's $1, don't make a difference. I really appreciate it. Trust me when I tell you. And it all goes back into our community. It goes back into me so I can go into our community and do what I got to do. Point blank and simple. All right, hold on. Let me go back up here. Solar Velocity wins 222. Hit that like button, my people. Hold on. Let me hit this like button. Let me hit this like button over here on my computer. Please hit that like button. It doesn't cost you anything. But anyway, here you go right here. Solar Velocity wins right here. Again, Earth is in the middle. The daytime, the white part is the daytime side. The red part is the nighttime side. Oh, and I'm going to show you your star family real fast too. Hold on. But anyway, so this right here is the magnetic field. As you can see that this is red. This is red. But here, these arrows represent cosmic radiation that is coming from the sun. Now, these cosmic radiation should hit the magnetic field, hit Earth, or go past Earth and move on out into the solar system, right? However, there is something on the back side of the planet. Again, as you can see over here, the square on the back side of the planet that is pushing these cosmic rays, that are reversing these cosmic rays back into Earth, reversing these cosmic rays back into Earth. This is when I say that Earth is being continuously hit on a daytime side as well as the nighttime side with high levels of gamma radiation, solar radiation, which is UVA, UVB, and UVC. Now, these are the magnetic field lines. These are the same when I say that you have, dendrites that comes off of your neurons. Dendrites look just like if you pull a plant or you uproot a plant or a tree or anything, a piece of grass, you'll see the wavy lines, the strings. Those strings are these right here. These strings are these right here, just like your dendrite. Every plant, every plant, tree that is in the dirt in the ground is connected to one another, just like your neurons. You're born with over 100 billion neurons inside of your brain, and they are all connected to one another. So these magnetic field lines, these are what you can literally connect yourself to. And the low vibrational field lines are being broken off. Lack of awareness, lack of acceptance, all of that is being broken off. Lack of awareness, lack of acceptance, no accountability. No, all of this is being broken completely off. All of it. And this is where I go back to this right here called metagenes. Metagenes. This red box right here, this is all the DNA that we are using that's in this red box. But however, all the rest of this DNA is becoming active. It's becoming active. So when people be talking about superpowers, it's not superpowers, bro. This is naturally our DNA. We was the first line of communication is telepathically. This is why you have so many other people now that are coming out. All of a sudden, I don't know where these people came from, but when I was talking about this shit at the beginning, I was crazy, off my rocker, and lost my freaking French toast mind. However, now you got all these people talking about, you got people on this planet, you got this people, they talk telepathically to one another, this, that, and the third. Yo, we never, cell phones and all that shit, all we had to do was like, yo, I want to talk. All I had to do was just tap into my consciousness and be like, yo, Shiz, what's up? And Shiz had a choice to tap back and say, yo, what's up, Kala? He had a choice. He was like, yo, man, I can't talk right now. I'm chilling. Now we got to pick up cell phone, man. This shit ain't going through. The phone line keep dying. Nigga, our phone line, our connection never broke off. It was never no interference. We ain't never have a drop call. Until we got the only call that dropped that we keep calling out for is that fictitious nigga in the sky to come down here and save us from our own bullshit. Come and save me, God, please. I don't want to drink alcohol no more. Yo, give me a shot. Come and save me, God. I don't want to do this anymore. Meanwhile, you keep doing it. Man, get the French toast out of here. Stop it. Please stop it. Just stop it. We control our own destiny, man. Understand that and overstand that. Understand that and overstand that. Hold on, I'm done, my people. I think, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm sincerely done, my people. I value y'all, my people. I sincerely do. Like I said, man, for the people that want to make videos about me, man, go ahead and make videos about me. The only thing I had was a problem was with the guy when you made a video about the callers that called in, because you're not going to put nobody, and you watch my videos, you watch me on Instagram, you watch me on YouTube, and then let me just tell y'all, my brothers and sisters that sit there and talk about Khalid, you took the bait. Nigga, I don't take the bait. If I took the bait, then I wouldn't be reading and still doing what I'm doing. But I got a right as a honeybee to defend who I am. I got a right if I see someone that's literally attacking people, personal viewpoints and how they feel about what's going on. That's sad, bro. Why would you come to my platform, record a whole video, record people conversation about the visions or the dreams they having or what they're seeing to make a mockery of them? Why would you do that? That like you want to make a video about me? Make as many videos as you want about me. That's fine. I know you can't read. I know your cognitive skills are very low. I know you in delta brainwave frequency. That's why all your content is about this. You're the Puff Daddy of YouTube. You take a clip of somebody's video, you play the video and be like, I told y'all. Bro, where is your knowledge at? None whatsoever. So again, I understand who you are, what you are, and what your purpose is. Trust me when I tell you. But when you start to take a clip of a video of brothers and sisters, because I have young teens, 8, 9, I have 8, 9, 10, 13-year-old, 15-year-old brothers that are young brothers that are children that are now having confidence in themselves, not involving a weapon. See, a lot of my brothers and sisters at a young age, they believe they need to learn how to fight. They believe they need a gun in their hand. They need to be able to have a knife. No, they don't. Knowledge, bro. That's what they do. See, I got a lot of them that are starting to trust and believe in their own individual selves. So when you come and you try to you try to do a screen record of my own, of our brothers and sisters, sharing it, and then you try to put it on your platform to make fun of them. No, I got a problem with that. I got a serious issue with that. Seriously, I got a real problem with that. So when people be like, Khalid, you ain't supposed to get, if I was low vibrational frequency, if that shit was deterring me from on the mission that I was on, then guess what? I wouldn't have been outside in the hospital in the rain today. I wouldn't have been reading. I wouldn't have came home and still educated my mind and started exercising my mind regarding the books the books and shit that I look into. If I was low vibrational, if that really had me to the point where as though I was off my game, then every video I make will be about this individual. For what? I don't have to do that. And then the real mental illness part is that the individual will say, once you respond to someone, oh man, you got this guy Khalid trolling me, bro. But then in the one video, man, I'm not serious about this YouTube thing. I mean, everybody else is, but I'm not serious about the YouTube thing. But then when I respond, oh, I got this boy Khalid. I don't even watch your videos. You have to literally, someone had to send me a video of you, of making a video about me. I never even seen you, not one time. And then when I saw the video, fine, not a problem. But then you go this far that you want to record other people that comes on here and speak when they call in. You're not going to put my people back in a box because you are afraid of your own genetics, because you are a 30-plus-year-old man that can't read and comprehend life. You're not going to do that. All you have to do is just come on live with me and show me your ability, your intellectual ability. I have asked you that many a times. You won't do it because it's going to show you how ignorant and foolish you truly are. That's all it is. So again, I had to give my little insight on that, my brothers and sisters, because again, it's not about reacting, it's about responding. You see, I don't react to people. I respond to you. That's it. I'm not about reacting, responding. See, if I was reacting, then every time somebody says something about me, because it's not the first video or first person that constantly make videos about me. They have to make videos about me because, again, I am pointing people to see themselves. Nobody's being forced to hit this play button. People hit that play button because they know they be like, that man right there is righteousness. That man really, truly cares about his race. There are other people, other races of people that watch my videos and support me a lot, just as much as some of my own people support me. They be like, yo, he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. Point blank, yo, he's telling the truth. It ain't nothing that I can say about that. He's telling the truth. Because you know why? I don't want nothing to happen to little Billy, little Sarah. That shit is being brought on to little Billy and Sarah by their own people, not by me, by their own people. And they know that I'm telling the truth. So I value my brothers and sisters. I want y'all all to have a supreme cosmic night. Remember that. Man, woman, and child, heaven and earth, eternal light. Each one reach one. This is how we grow. I see you, my brothers and sisters. Protect yourself at all times with knowledge, sunlight, chlorophyll, distilled water, 3D human free. Kalama Amin Ra, God gene for life. I value my people.